All right, so we are in Act 2. Let's get this going. Act 2 is a little bit weird because we're going to be going back to different multiple places. So let's just go through here. You can see our bleeding is starting to pile up on enemies now. We're just hopping through here. Jungle monkeys. And leveled up there. And we're in our forest encampment, which is the first town for Act 2. So when we get to Act 2, we're going to talk to all the NPCs. Alright, and let's see, we can probably sell some things if we need to, or we could try to look for a couple of items here. I think we need 2 green and 1 red. Nothing here that shows 2 green, 1 red. That's a 2-handed sword or axe. No armor here that's 2 green, 1 red. Okay, so we don't have any armor to buy, which is alright. We'll sell some items. We gotta wait for that. Sell these 2. Nope. Sell the mana flask. There we go. Alright. Now we can put those there. And for this, we got to go 3 different places for the bandits. We have to go to the right, to the left, and to the left. So let's go to the right first. That way, when we're finished, we can just keep going left and not have to backtrack and go right. So go to the oil fields. We're going to try to find one of the first bandits. That's the entire quest of this entire zone. Basically bandits. Alright, looks like I leveled up too. We're going to try to find the waypoint here. Crossroads, and we can check to see if there was a waypoint in the previous zone, and there wasn't. So you push U as in unicorn, and you take a look at the previous zone. Okay, so oil fields did not have a waypoint, so we're going to try to follow this road and try to find a waypoint here. The strong boxes can be dangerous. The modifiers they can have on them are really unpredictable, kind of, but one major thing to pay attention to is it can freeze you. See, it says here, freezes you when activated. So just be extremely careful early on when you're opening these boxes. It's a good idea to identify them before you actually start to open them. That way you're sort of accustomed to what the different modifiers can be. So for this one, we're going to try, I think we have, so one of our flasks we ended up getting was immunity to freeze and chill if used. So we're going to activate it and then push 1 for the potion so we become immune. That way we're able to not get hit by any of the enemies and able to do the strongbox. Gonna level up Leap Slam. There he is. Alright, and nothing really of note dropped, and that does happen. We're going to get this waypoint here. Alright, and then we are going to... We're going to go to the Chamber of Sins first. It's the most efficient path to get the waypoint, and then go left up here. Remember, you can hop up these ledges here, so use that to your advantage if you're being trailed by enemies or something like that.
A place of soiled dreams. I have to tread carefully here.
And if you are feeling kind of weak, then you can, you know, try to pick up a weapon. I got a little bit lucky with the weapon that I'm currently using because it has physical damage on it. But you don't ever have to feel like you're stuck with the same weapon. You can pick up a new weapon if you need it. Alright, so we have our waypoint here, which is great. We're going to go down this way.
I'm starting to think there's more to life than prize or perish.
Alright, Chamber of Sin's level 2. We're going to level up here. And remember, when we're leveling up, we're not going to get overwhelmed by how large this is. And instead, we're going to go to our Path of Building. And we now see, okay, we go down 1 and then left. So we go down 1 and left. And I'm going to grab, for this playthrough, I'm going to grab all of the connecting points. And then after we're done getting all the connecting points, then we're going to branch off and get all of the extra points here. And the reason for that is because the strength will help us. Strength will give us 1% melee physical damage. It'll give us 2% melee physical damage for every point of strength we get. Plus, it'll give us 5 life for every point of strength that we get, which is great. Or every node of strength that we get, rather. Not every point. So, just keep progressing through here. We're trying to find a specific monster so we can kill him and get his quest item. And we're also looking for the trial. As you can see at the top right, it says, enter the labyrinth. Usually that'll pop up only when there's a trial to be completed in the area. So do pay attention to quests when those trials do come up. And there's our book. That's usually a good indicator. Yep. So we're going to go in here, and 9 times out of 10, you can just run right through all these things. You don't need to worry about it. You can also use traversal abilities to leap through. These switches, what they do, if you're not aware, I've seen some videos where people say they don't know what they do, but it actually stops this, so you can coordinate it and have it at a different time. But it's not really necessary. You should be able to just honestly run right through it. See, for something like this, you just hop over it. Oops, if I could actually hop. So for bleeding, one thing to understand is monsters will take more damage. They'll take triple the amount of damage when they're moving. So it's a good idea to try to bleed them and then run away. That way, when they're running towards you, they're constantly getting hit for more damage. Alright, so there's our Trials of Ascendancy finished. Let's see here. We're going to keep looking for that name monster. Lacerate gem. Let's level up Lacerate over here. Left clicking that. Alright. Alright, so this is the monster we're looking for. Remember, we're trying to bleed him and then make him run towards us. You can see that if I do end up bleeding him, His HP is going to fall. There we go. You can kind of tell by the bleed coming out of him that way. But that's a very simple way to sort of avoid taking damage, but also deal a good bit of damage to people. So we're going to get Baleful Gem for that quest. We're going to talk to Helena, who gives us our hideout. And now we're going to go back to the town. So, and you know what? I don't really want to use a portal scroll, so let's exit the character screen and teleport back there. So remember, that is a way that you can get back to town. So, all right. So we have quite a few abilities being posted here. We have a lot of different skills. These are all skills that he's given us here. And honestly, it doesn't really matter, considering that we don't really use anything. We need Vitality, Clarity. Sorry. We need Clarity and War Banner. Okay, so we have Clarity and War Banner. Lacerate is, let's see, added fire damage and chance to bleed. So no longer chance to poison, which is okay. And we are going to go through here. There's nothing that we can use because everything is level 16. And we are not level 16. So we are going to get, let's see. Honestly, you could probably just choose anything. I'm going to get Eviscerate because I know we're going to be using that later on. Okay, cool. So we can equip these, which is good. We do need a red socket for that, so we don't have a red socket, so we can't wear this because we need to get our Leap Slam somewhere. Chance to bleed is up here with Lacerate, so we can't really use that right now. So we're going to hold off on using these gloves until we can find another red slot to use. And that's just kind of how PoE goes, really, is you have to kind of make sacrifices sometimes when you're leveling. Okay, so we went up and grabbed that. Now we're going to go back to the crossroads. We're going to go straight ahead to enter the broken bridge. We're going to keep using our traversal skill, broken bridge, and keep moving. Now we're trying to find the first bandit to deal with. And like I said, if you bleed them and then run away, you will deal 3 times more damage to them. So don't feel bad if you're not going back to get the killing blow or to pick up loot, because it's not really that big of an issue. You don't need to keep... I have a very big issue with this game with actually trying to kill every single enemy, and it's very inefficient, and I'm starting to realize that. So we're going to use our movement speed. Get through here. Now, Oak is who we're looking for. Sorry, Kraityn is who we're looking for. And he's usually towards the bottom. Got a lot of guys here, so let's kill these guys, get them off our tail. We ended up leveling there, which is great. Let's see. So we got gems leveled up there too. All right, cool. We can do that. All right, let's level up our gems. Left, left, left. 1 skill point. And remember, we are going to our tree up here, and we just did this one and this one previously, so we're going to get the next one, the next piece of strength right here. All right. And And he's nowhere to be found over here for Kraityn, so we're going to hug this other wall. Try to find him further down this way. There's the waypoint. That's good. Let's try to grab the waypoint. Alright, it looks like we might have... Okay, no, we did not hit a dead end. That's good. Alright. So he's not over here. So we're going to try to find out where he's at. Try to deal with Kraityn. Alright, so here we go. We found him down here. You know you're entering the area when you're entering over this bridge. And let's see. So let's see what the build guide says about killing the bandits. So it says that it wants us to help Alira because of this option here. So we're going to kill Kraityn.
Your travel, I like.
Because we don't need the movement speed. So we're going to kill Kraityn. Remember, these guys here, they're all attacking us, so just bleed and run, bleed and run, bleed and run. The more they move, the more damage they take. These guys will keep coming out of their tents until you kill them all. We're just going to stand here, and we're going to murder Kraityn. Good, Mr. Kraityn. Alright, so there's Kraityn dead. Get some gloves, or some boots rather. A life flask, which is great. Let's use our last scroll. We don't have any movement speed, so we don't want that. Okay, and now, since we're doing this, let's go back to town. So let's use a portal scroll, or we could have logged out. Either one. We can sell some items to Groost. Sell those. Sell the gem there. Sell that gem there. Because we don't need it. Alright. And now we have almost enough. Let's see if there's anything that he has that we could be able to use. So we need what? Let's double check exactly what we need. We need 2 red and 1 green. Is what we're looking for. Okay, cool. 2 red, 1 green. Right there. You hold control to take a look at the physical damage. That's really the only thing that we're worrying about right now is the physical damage. Let's see. Any armor pieces? No armor pieces. 2 red, 1 green right here. That's a pretty nice one right there. So, and it's 2 orb of transmutation. This one is 1 orb of transmutation. So let's end up grabbing this. This axe. We're going to use 1 there. We're going to use chance to bleed. And then we also want to get burning support because that's what, or added fire damage rather. That's also what we want. So fire. Let's see. So we don't have added fire damage here. Let's go double check to see if we have one back at Act 1. Because sometimes the vendors hold different gems. And it works this way until you reach a certain NPC. So it doesn't look like she has it at all either. Oh, right there. Added fire damage support. It costs 1 orb of transmutation. We're going to socket that in there.
Take care.
So, let's talk to these guys here.
Soon enough.
Stay sharp out there.
Alright, and then we're going to proceed to the forest encampment. Alright. Let's see. So this area down here is going to be the Crypt. So let's head over here, because we need to complete the trial for the Crypt. Go to the Fell Shrine Ruins. And then that opens up that as well down there. We're going to keep going down here. Orb of Augmentation, pretty nice. Just gonna keep running down here, following this road. Alright, hopefully this is the Crypt. I think this is the Crypt. No. It's a weird little statue. The mother of two, once the mother of three, weeps eternal. Okay. I believe the Crypt is further this way, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna go through this door here. Yeah, here we go. Thought the Crypt was down here. The Crypt level 1. You go to the Crypt level 1 because that's where the Lord's Labyrinth is, as you can see up top here. So we're going to get the waypoint. Got the waypoint good. And we're going to try to find the Lord's Labyrinth, and that's all we're going to do in this area. It's pretty short. Remember, we don't have any identification scrolls right now, so we can't... Oh, we have one. Let's use it on this health potion, just because it's a lot more life than what we currently have. So let's replace that right there. And we don't have any, but do be aware that it could freeze us. Okay, just 3 additional rare items, which is pretty nice. Got those. We got a stone axe. Let's see. Well, we can't identify it, so it's not that big a deal. Alright, well, it does look like... oh, I'm sorry. Meant to put that in there. My bad. So that's going to increase our damage quite considerably, because I didn't have the correct one in there. Alright, so we're going to run through here, try to find the... Okay, there's the book. That's great. That's what we're looking for. Alright, we're going to level up here, and now... let's see, I forgot where I'm supposed to go. Okay, we go up 1 there. That's easy. Go up 1 there. We're going to solve this trial. And just like all the previous trials, this one has traps in it. You can avoid it. You can be cautious and meticulous, but it's not really necessary. You should be able to just run right through it all. These switches will just cause these things to go further out. Just jump right through this all if you want to. And there we go. We're finished. Alright, so we've completed that 3rd one there. Take the portal. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to get back to town after this. We're going to go to the riverways. So we're going to follow this road. Typically, the waypoint is found along this road for the riverways. It's usually found in about the middle of the zone. Now, for stuff like this, it's really convenient because... Let me kill these guys here first. But we can jump over this with Leap Slam. You can also do it with Dash, if you have Dash, for example. Alright, and there's the waypoint. We're going to grab this waypoint here. That's wonderful. Let's see, Orb of Alteration. Don't need to worry about killing these guys, but it's kind of nice just to not have them follow you and not be around you. Got a Chromatic Orb. That's great. Alright, we're just going to keep following this. We're trying to find the wetlands next. The wetlands is what we're trying to find. That's the Western Forest. We don't want that. Oops. So the wetland should be actually towards this way up here. Usually the wetlands is pretty close to the waypoint. Alright. There's the wetlands. And your layout might not be the exact same as mine, but do realize that the points of interest, such as the entrances to zones, for example, they're all relatively in the same location. They may change the exact specifications on where they're at, but the majority of the time they will be in the same kind of location. So we're going to keep running through here. We're looking for oak. So we're looking for like a mound. You'll see it when you, or you'll know it when you see it. We got the roots there. We just so happen to get the waypoint here, which is totally fine. Got a mana flask. That's awesome. This guy's cursed. Pick up those scrolls there. Alright. Another mana flask. And we have, let's level up those. Where are you, Oak? Usually towards the center of the map. But he is in this kind of area that is... Okay, right here. You can see once you start finding these areas, like these cliffs with the wood walls, that's where he's located. So just hug that until you can find the entrance. Get this portal scroll. Have a grand mana flask. Let's switch that. Alright, and let's see. I can't remember exactly if we're going to kill... Okay, we help Alira. Okay, cool. Just wanted to double check. We're going to kill Oak. We don't need the 40 maximum life. Oak just runs and jumps. This is very simple for bleeding. Just bleed him and let the bleed do the damage. It's alright if he hits you, right? He doesn't do that much damage. We do more damage than he does. I can do that too, Oak.
My spirits are spent.
Alright, Oak, you're almost dead. There we go. Oak's dead. Get the loot here. Chainmail doublet.
A shame we have only the trees.
Could be
for
good.
ornaments.
Let's check. Yeah, not too bad. It's got resistances. It's got stats. It's got mana. Don't really need the mana, but the red socket's kind of nice because I can put that in there. Let's see about this axe here. Axe is okay. It's less base damage, and it's just got the elemental damage. So I wouldn't use this because it has the less physical damage, as well as not providing us with a 3-link, which is very crucial, especially for our build early on. So we have the waypoint up there, which is great. Let's see. We need to go back to the riverways, so you can just teleport out and go to the riverways that way, or you can just cruise up here. I'm going to cruise up here. We got a strong box to open. Do remember, strong boxes, they can freeze you, and it can be quite deadly. So if you do happen to have like a flask that makes you immune to freeze, that's wonderful. But the chains will be the ones that will be the enemies you'll have to kill. Alright, cool. So we got a bunch of scrolls, which is wonderful. We got a belt. Alright, so let's keep going up here. And we're going to go to the riverways. Now, as you can notice, when you teleport into the riverways, you're going to have this grace period up here. So if you need to do anything, now's the time. Like, I want to identify that. Let's see. So that gives us fire resistance, and it gives us life. And this just gives us strength. Let's see. So we can tell if something is not going to be usable by removing and then equipping. So removing, equipping, that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just checking to make sure that none of my gems are going to be over-leveled, because this gives me 14 strength. And sometimes items will not allow you to use them if you don't meet the requirements. So I'm going to go here. So we're trying to find the western front, which I believe is down this way. When we get to this next zone, yep, western forest, excuse me, not western front. We're gonna use try to do this passive, and again we go into the tree here, and so we just got this one, and we're gonna go down and grab life down here. So, and you're welcome to grab this one, bloodless, if you want to in the meantime, but I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then keep going along this path here. So. Alright, so we have that. Can't use any of those, so let's just keep going. We're going to try to find Alira. That's who we're looking for here, is Alira. Oh, jeez. These guys explode. So do be careful. As you can see, I almost got killed there. But even if I did die, it's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal at all. Nothing too big happens. Okay, so it says that we need to... we need to find this waypoint. Good. Alright, so let's see. We gotta follow this road. Alira should be near this area on the road over here.
My spirit is spent.
Alright, there's Alira. Cool. We just found her on our minimap. And I think we're going to help Alira, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what the guide wants us to do. Every guide that you have should tell you which bandit you're either helping or killing. So, okay, we're going to help Alira. That's great. So we don't need to worry about killing her. So, we're going to help her. So we got that. So we ended up getting 15 to all elemental resistances. You can't see this right now, but there we go. 15 to all elemental resistances. So that brought our elemental resistances up very high, which is great. Now, once we do that, we're going to keep following towards the bottom of the map because we want to finish another quest. Usually, following the road is a good idea. It'll usually lead us to where we need to go. These are the guys that explode. Kill this captain. Cool. I've got an emblem. Get the mana flask. And we're going to open this seal. And it says, talk to Bestel for your reward. And Bestel is in Act 1. Okay, and now in this same zone, we're going to try to find this entrance here, which is where we're going to go to the Weaver's Chamber. So, just going to keep running through here. There's some lore there. If you want to read that, you're welcome to. Orb of Alteration. That's wonderful. Alright. Nope. No Weaver's Chamber here. We're looking for spider webs is what we're looking for, so. And it's usually in, like... Alright, so we didn't find anything there, which is okay. Let's check the other side. Do have a skill point we can put in, but we're going to wait. Alright, so I think these are the Weaver's Chambers. Yes. Okay, so we go into Weaver's Chambers. We're going to pick our skill. Going to go down there. Alright, and now what we're going to be trying to do is trying to find the Weaver so we can get another quest item. And this all saves us a lot of time. We could go back to town and talk to the NPC, and then they'll tell us to come here. But it's a lot more efficient to just stay in the zone and get the quest item. That way you save yourself some time. Scroll of Wisdom. We don't need to worry about these guys here. We got a strong box, which is great. All right. Wait for that dude to pop himself. Good. Alright, and we're going to proceed to open this strong box. Remember, we can get frozen, so do be aware. It's one of the deadliest things in this game is to get frozen. Portal Scroll, Life Flask, nothing else here that really is beneficial to us. Going to keep moving through here. Another door there. That's great. We're looking for these doors. The Weaver's Nest. It's going to be a boss here. Since we're bleeding. Oh, I can't move. What in the world? It's okay. Just keep running in circles. Attack every now and then. Dash or leap slam to get out of the area. As you can see at the top, I'm hitting the Weaver and I'm just running, and the damage is tripled while I'm running around. So I gotta make sure she's bleeding. And there we go. Get Malagaro's spike here once we finish killing these enemies. And we don't have any room, so let's create some room. Okay, so let's get rid of that mana flask, because we don't need more than one mana flask here. Okay, so we've gotten the Weaver. We picked up Malagaro's spike. Let's exit to character selection screen so we can go back to town. Alright, and now we're going to go back to Act 1. We're going to talk to Bestel.
A stranger like no other.
Okay, so we can't grab that yet because we have a full inventory. So let's sell some items.
Take care.
Alright, so now we have a open inventory. Let's talk to Bestel and go to Road Reward, and that gives us a free skill point. Remember, we're going to go this way, branch outward. Then we got our life there, so that's great. And then we are going to go to the wetlands. So Act 2, the wetlands here, which is great. And the spike will help us open this. We're going to the Vaal ruins. And we're just going to proceed through here. Orb of Transmutation. Just pick them up and don't really worry about it too much. You don't need to use really the currency right now. You can if you want to, but do realize that the currency is a lot more valuable later on in the game. Even just the basic ones. Okay. Broad axe, iron mask, that's alright. Let's get this Orb of Transmutation. So these shrines, how they work is, says Ice Novas happen around you, so it's within melee range, which is kind of alright for what we're doing. It's gonna chill them, so basically gonna make their movement speed slower, and will also increase our it'll decrease their attacks. Now again, if you find a red, green, blue linked that's colored like this, make sure you grab them so we can get some more chromatic orbs. Chromatic orbs are great to have, and you will need quite a few of them later on in the game, just to kind of make it so that you can find an item that you need with the correct socket colors. Armor scrap, which is great as well. Any currency item you do find, it's very recommended that you pick them up. That way you don't have to worry about certain things later on. Alright, we're trying to exit this area, so we're trying to find a door. Alright, so we weren't there. Have a strong box here. Nothing of note to drop. Chance to bleed. Chance to poison. We don't need chance to poison anymore, so we can remove that. Just gonna keep progressing through this area. Trying to find the exit. Honestly, just trying to find the door on the minimap. That way we don't have to worry about this all too much. Nothing here. There are dead ends, so do be aware that, you know, you might encounter some dead ends. That scroll of wisdom. And you can attack enemies that are really close by. If you're ranged or if your attack does hit them, you can hit them as well. So do be aware that you can kind of manipulate the battlefield in order to make it favorable in your side. Alright, we're going to continue down this way with our skill point. And then we're going to pass through here. Run through here. We're going to go to the northern forest. All right. And we're going to try to find the waypoint, which is great. It's right here. Very close by to the entrance. And we're going to go back to the forest encampment. Okay. Let's see. So we're going to sell that.
Nothing like
Sell that item. We're going to identify this. Chill and freeze. That's great. So we can replace this one.
travel far.
Let's remove that bismuth. We don't really need it because the movement speed is a lot better. Let's leap slam there, and let's switch the gloves out so we can get some more some better items or better attacks. I guess we could talk to the NPCs. It's not really necessary, but practice what I preach. Alright, so we got a reward from Silk. And we need to choose something. Melee physical damage support. I think we're going to be doing a lot of melee physical damage. Let's see if we end up using... We can check that by going down here to see. So, okay, cool. So we do end up getting melee physical damage. So let's grab melee physical damage. Just so that we have it later. And we don't have we don't have a gem link to socket intos, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. We're just going to keep going on. We need level 21 for this, and we're level 20. So next level we can use it, and we can start leveling up our melee physical damage gem. War Banner, Eviscerate. Yep. Okay, cool. Talk to Aramir here. Find the Ancient Pyramid. Alright, so we're going to hop back into the Northern Forest, and we're trying to find the Ancient Pyramid is what we're looking for. Go up this way. This is a a league mechanic. You don't have to complete this. It's just in the area to get new players accustomed to it. But basically what it is it's called Ritual. And what will happen is you'll hit the middle button. Enemies will spawn. Those enemies will give you a currency. And you spend that currency once you've finished it. And this one here says that they deal extra lightning damage and can shock skull spires, fire, lightning orbs at each other. So we're going to skip that because it's not really necessary to do right now. The rewards are pretty lackluster. Another ritual. Sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 4 rituals in one area. So don't think that it's following you. Alrighty, let's go through here. Alright, we got a 2-stone ring. That's great. 2-stone rings are wonderful. They provide fire and cold, or cold and lightning, or fire and lightning resistances. So, let's see. Okay stats there, but it's better than what we have on our offering there. And remember, you can always check how much damage you're gaining or losing by pushing Z as in zebra, going to offense, and then equipping and unequipping. So we're losing about 6 DPS, which isn't a big deal. I would much rather have the resistances, and the regenerate life is kind of nice for sustainability. We're just going through here. Oops. I think this is the Weaver. Yeah, this is the caverns. So let's see. Yep. So we're trying to find the caverns. We're going to grab this waypoint. Let's first use our skill point. And I think we're going this way, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just double check. Yep. We're going up there. Going all the way up till we find Resolute Technique. So Resolute Technique is going to be, looks like right here. Okay, yeah, right there. So we're going to try to get up to this point here on our passive tree. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and then we can start branching off and getting more skills. Trying to find the pyramid apex. That's what we're looking for here. Alright, so we found the ancient pyramid, which is what we're going for. Usually it's right by the waypoint. So you find the waypoint and you're most likely pretty good. So Gonna run through here, try to find the entrance to the next area. Looks like we hit a dead end. That's okay. Alright, and we found the ancient pyramid. That's what we were going for. Cool. So we are jumping through here. And as you can see, it's not necessary to complete every single quest in this game. I have not done the Great White Beast. It says it's optional. If you want to go around looking for the Great White Beast, you're more than welcome to, but just utilize the same sort of practices of attacking and then running around in a circle so that you deal as much bleed damage to them as possible. And remember, in order to fill up your flasks, you need to get kills. Alright, looks like we found an entrance to something over here. Nice, more stairs. Let's level up our gems here. Just gonna keep progressing through. We're trying to find the apex, or the pyramid apex, which is the very top of this pyramid that we're in. Looking for the orange doors on the maps so we can try to figure out where we're going. Cool, and we found one over here. Pyramid Apex. Excellent. So we're at the Pyramid Apex right now. Hit the Dark Altar, and then just do be aware this is going to be the boss for this act. So try to be aware of your positioning. He will do a large, like, slam ability, so just try to get away from the slam when he's about to do it. And we'll kind of show you what it looks like, what it sounds like when he's doing that. So he shoots out these balls, summons some enemies. Enemies are nice because it'll help us regain our potion cooldown and stuff. So he does this. Keep moving. He does shoot out that laser. Shoots 3 of them out. Fires some ice around. He's going to do that, and that's the slam. So it sounds like gears winding up. Like, and then he slams it. So just be aware if you're next to him when he's doing that. He can definitely one-shot you.
My spirit is fed.
Like that. Like that. We heard that wind up happen. There's the wind up. And this guy, clearly, we can't just run around and have him follow us so we do more bleed damage. So we're going to have to be a little more patient with this one. He will spawn in. There's the slam. But it's pretty, I'm not feeling any stress at all from anything. Alright, so this is a great option to do this. We have no, whoops. We're very low on our flasks. We don't have any option of getting out. So we'll do a scroll of town portal here. This is a great way of getting more flasks. So if you run out of flasks, just make sure prior to having the fight that you throw down a portal. And when you enter in, you get the grace period, which is wonderful. So you have all your flasks filled down here. My face is in the way, but you can see that the flasks here, they're all filled. We're ready to go, and let's go back into the fight. And you can just throw up a portal scroll here if you need to. That way you don't have to worry about doing it later on when it's hectic. And remember, the keybind for portal scroll is T as in Tom, just like it is in Last Epoch and also in Diablo 4. Alright, he's about halfway there. So I need to get a different weapon here. This weapon isn't serving the purpose that I need. I need to be doing more damage. So next weapon we find, we're going to try to possibly get different colors on it if we can. But slowly chipping away at his health here. And we're out of potions again, so let's go back to our... and we get refills instantly. Let's take a look. So we have this now. So we can equip that chest, which is great. And we have one... let's see here. See if he has any items for us that we can utilize. Doesn't look like it. He doesn't have any... two-handed axes or swords. Okay, so we're just gonna keep what we have. We have our full potions. We're in here, we push T, and even pushing T while I have this grace period does nothing. All that matters is once I move or once I do an attack. That will use portal scrolls, but it's okay because we can save those portal scrolls for logging out and logging in. There's the wind-up. Just keep moving around. These are the 3 moves that he does. He does the laser, he does the shoots out the balls, and then he does the slam. He's getting there, very close now. Just pay attention to that slam. We don't want to get hit by that slam. Alright, and we got him. And he dropped the sword for us. Cool. Two-handed sword that could possibly be better. Let's identify it. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of what we're looking for right now. We go to items up here at the top, and it says any weapon with high physical DPS damage, which is great. So that's what we need. We got high physical damage, we got attack speed, which is great. But we do lose our links here, which is unfortunate. So let's see, we can leap slam this. In here, we can throw Lacerate in there. We don't need dash anymore. And we can do chance to bleed with Lacerate, and we're going to throw this in here, and we're going to swap our weapon here. And added fire damage, it goes to nothing, but it's okay. We're trying to level it actively, and because we're trying to level it, we're going to also throw in melee physical damage support as well, and that will give us... let's throw Leap Slam in here just to show that Leap Slam now is going to have increased melee physical damage and added fire damage. So you can see down here it says 31 to 60 fire damage. It does extra cold damage and it does physical damage. So that's pretty nice. All right, and we're finished here. So let's go to the city of Sarn, and that is the end of Act 2. So yeah, it's very simple, very basic when it comes to what the acts are. And let's get on to Act 3.